What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for a daily news update. The day before we play Lecce at home, or do I need to say away from home again? Because I think everybody saw the news, and it's gonna be a very quiet stadium again. So we will get into that. I will do a preview for the Lecce game, so check that out after this one live, or go and rewatch that as well. Because I don't want to say it's a must-win game because you play Lecce at home. I mean that speaks for itself. But after that Sassuolo game, there are even more questions about this team, more than even last season. Because it's another year and it's basically the same thing. But we play Lecce Tuesday tomorrow, and we will preview that. But that's not what I'm gonna be talking about in this video. I'm gonna be talking about the stadium being absolutely quiet one more time, and why I think the club is extremely stubborn, childish, and they're hypocrites at certain levels, because they're trying to do one thing and they are acting in a different way. But before we do that, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and let's go. Okay, so I think everybody saw the news. Kurvasud, they're not gonna be there tomorrow. I will. They basically said we're not gonna be here because the club is still acting like we're not important at in the stadium. They're not allowing us to bring in anything, all those things like the usual stuff. They also said we will be back for Torino because that's too much of an important game to let the guys hanging. I'll speak on that really quickly. I respected it more if they said we're not coming at all, not even Torino. I think that's the best way. You cannot hop in and out. I think you get more respect if you just stay out, and even stay it out against Lazio, basically, because this feels very strange. It feels very weird, because you know what the club is about. And I think by coming back one game, not back, I don't think you're gonna get the entire fan base on board. And I think you need the entire fan base on board to push the club, like that was the case against Lazio. Like that build up to that game, like the days after that, like it's a different area, and you have a lot of youngers on social media, and they kind of are the target for the club at this moment in time, and you need to get them on board, whether you like it or not. And you had it, but they don't understand what you're trying to do. And if you go switching back within and out, you're not going to get them on board, and I don't think you're going to convince the club. So that's that thing. The part where they are not coming back, the club is, they're hypocrites. They're hypocrites, and they are not reading the room. They are moving, and they're doing like, what are they doing? Like, was it parties in Milano with random people nobody cares about? Like, they're doing extremely weird stuff that that's not gonna help anyone in this situation, because we're terrible. So I'm not no idea what they're trying to do. They're so focused on the image of the club, whilst they're losing their fan base, the patience of their fan base, everything. They find a lot of fans against Lazio because they were standing on rails to start the chants. Basically, that's what they're doing. That's what they have done, and they're finding players. And you have people saying, "Oh, but you know the rules," but the rules only apply for our home fans. They don't apply for the away fans in our stadium. They don't apply across Italy for other teams, because other teams value their supporters and fans. This club, they don't. They value the money they bring in. That's all they want. If the seats are sold out, that's fine. They don't care who's sitting there. They don't care how the stadium looks. They all care about an image. And frankly enough, we need to be honest. The bad image from the club is not because of the fans. It's because of the club. So that's why I'm saying they're hypocrites. They're trying to portray a great image from the club, and everything that's surrounding the club, the bad things, has nothing to do with the fans. All the things have to do with them. So that's why I'm saying they're a bunch of hypocrites. They want to create a certain atmosphere that's disgusting. That's not what the sport is about at all. It's almost getting to Premier League level. Only in the Premier League, they shout, they sing a little bit more often. Every few minutes, they sing out the same song. The atmosphere is crap. It's not good. But They're sitting, they're nice, they pay, they shut up. That's what they're trying to do, and it's not good, you know. So they're finding their own fans. They're not allowing to let them bring in flags and whatever, you name it. But the away fans, they are allowed everything because they cannot ban those things because Serie A is saying no. Away fans, you're allowed to bring that in. So they're allowing it, but at the same time, they're taking it away from their home fans, creating an away day playing at home, you know? And like I said, they're hypocrites. They cannot read the room. They're moving with, like, they're focusing on things that nobody absolutely gives two tosses about, you know? Nobody. Like, absolutely nobody cares. When they change their logo, absolutely nobody loved it. Nobody cares. The logo still looks crap. You know, they're trying to create a brand. I don't see anyone wearing a random thing with a logo on. They don't buy it for the logo. They buy it for the players at the end of the day. You know, that's what they do. So I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but they're very stubborn and it's not working because it's getting worse, worse, and worse. It is, you know, because you're playing at home again for the rest of the season. That's what basically the case is. And it's not going to change. You know, the club is extremely stubborn. And with the club, I mean Agnelli, the family. They still have it all in hands. They are. And they're not going to change it. So prepare yourself for another couple of years at this pace because it's not going to work. Like, it's just not going to help. And the worst part is you have your own players and your own coach talking to the media and basically begging on their knees and hinting towards to club, please fix the situation because it's not good and we need a different type of stadium. They've all said it. You can go back. Even Allegri, and I was shocked Allegri did that. They're all very open about the situation is not good. It needs to change. Like, we're playing away from home every single day. And then you have people saying, oh, but you don't need all those materials to sing. And then I'm like, fine. Why hasn't the stadium sang for the last 2 seasons when those guys were not doing it? Who stopped you for creating an atmosphere without any of those things? But nobody can answer that question because at the end of the day, you need organized groups to create an atmosphere in the stadium, especially in Italy or in different countries. Maybe England, that's different because they have an atmosphere that actually it's not that good, you know, but it's a weird atmosphere. You don't need anything for it, but it's a different culture. You need that. And the moment they get that, they get fined. They get fined by their own club. And then you can turn around saying, oh, but you didn't have flags and all those things against Lazio, and you still managed to do that. And they're saying, okay, fine. Then you, 38,000 people in the stadium, you do it. If you don't need us, if you don't need anything, help, you try to get 38,000 people in line to create an atmosphere without any help. You guys do it. But nobody can because, you know what? They haven't done it, and the stadium has been absolutely that for the last 3 years. Tomorrow, we're playing away from home. And it's going to be bad, you know. Probably the play we're going to put out there is probably going to be bad. But the atmosphere, I think everybody remembered that Bologna game. That was disgusting. And I'm not even talking about the display from the players. Just the atmosphere. You can hear a plane flying over the Allianz Stadium, and they do fly over. You can hear planes flying over. You can hear if somebody's chatting to his neighbor, the guy sitting next to him in the stadium. You can hear that. It was insane. It was embarrassing, and somehow, some way, the club is sitting there and is like, "This is amazing." And you know, like I said, hypocrites. They're a bunch of hypocrites, and it's not going to change. That's the worrying part. It's absolutely not going to change because they got a sniff of what it could be. You have players saying, please. You have Allegri saying, come on, make it work. And you have the club saying, no, we're going to find a couple of guys here because they tried to create something and we're just going to move on. You know, what else is to act on, you know, to talk about? That's the situation. That's what it's going to be for a very long time, in my opinion. But enough about that because it is what it is at this point, you know. Let's move on to the game, and we will do that in the preview and then the match reaction, obviously, tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I will be back later tonight. Ciao.